Celebrate this season, this unbelievable moment in franchise history. Fans are part of that success. After claiming the top spot in the league, FC Cincinnati is now the recipient of the Supporter Shield. And this morning, FC Cincinnati CEO Jeff Berding brought the hardware to our studio.
Woo!
Jeff, welcome. Thanks
there
for coming in.
Hi, Jeff. Thank you, so earlier this season, you were here with Jen and me. I think Bob was off that day in the studio talking about, it was kind of early in the FC Cincinnati season, and you said that you had a quiet confidence. It was not quiet last night. How has that changed now that you're on top?
Well, we set out to be a winning team representing the city proudly. This is a great city. It's a winning city, and our sports teams can promote that to the rest of the country and to the world. And we had success in the USL. We won trophies. We had great playoff wins. And then we learned the hard way that winning is going to be a little harder in Major League Soccer. But our fans stuck with us. The city stuck with us. And we righted the ship, and we hired Chris Albright and Pat Noonan. We have great players, and we had a confidence that this was the makings of a very special team that was really going to fight to represent the city. And so to get there, we were in first place since May.
That's amazing.
And
since May. It's October, people.
Well, yeah. And not only has the team been amazing, but the fans are just incredible. I don't need to tell you that, but anybody that goes down to Washington Park before the game, and I took my son and we did the march one day, and it's just unbelievable. I don't even know how the people in the Bailey go the entire match and never stop.
And never sit.
Never sit. But how unusual is it for an MLS team that has been going 5 seasons to have the shield that we're seeing?
This early, yeah.
Only I think less than half the league has won the Supporter Shield.
Oh wow!
It's a rare thing. We're the first team to have won the USL, the minor league trophy, and the major league trophy as the best team. In the rest of the world, this is the trophy.
Yeah.
When you win the season over the course of 34 or 38, whatever, that you're the league champion. Of course, in the U.S., we like playoffs. So
we do like a tournament here.
So we're going to have a playoff, and we want to have a cup, and I'll come back, hopefully, and bring the cup. But this signifies that you were the best team.
Wow.
And it was a dominating performance, and it is so appropriate that our first MLS trophy is the Supporter Shield because it represents the supporters, it represents the fans. And really, it's the fans who put us on the map.
Yeah.
Really, our franchise was birthed out of this unadulterated passion that no one had ever seen before called the Bailey.
Yep.
And so this is their trophy, it is our trophy for folks like
there
our
are fans over there.
Come in. Just come in. We don't have you guys mic'd up, but come in and enjoy the glory. The keepers of the shield. They're here to make sure that we don't leave with this thing or whatever.
Introduce us,
It
Jeff.
is their trophy. So
What are your names?
Melinda and Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie and Melinda?
Melinda. Welcome.
They represent our supporter groups who are leading the way in the Bailey. And the trophy, they are the custodians of the shield.
That's so awesome. Take me on what this journey really has been like, because obviously in MLS it's been amazing, but since you mentioned it, what this organization has done in the time frame that it has done it, from going from minor leagues to major leagues, from playing over in a college football stadium to playing in an absolute palace. I wasn't kidding when I said that. It is one of the best stadiums in the world.
We were named last year by the World Football Congress the best soccer stadium in the world.
I mean, it is. Can you speak to that journey at all? Do you ever have moments, Jeff, where you're like, I almost can't believe this has happened.
We did this,
Well, it's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
That really is rooted in the pride and ambition that Carl Lindner and I and our whole ownership group have for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And we said we wanted to promote Cincinnati to the world and bring the world to Cincinnati. And it has been that love of city and ambition to represent, and our supporters then, led the march. They led the march, and everyone started getting on, whether it was at Nippert or at TQL Stadium or Fortress, and it just kept building and building and building. And again, we knew we were a winning team in USL, of course, and then we transitioned faster than any city had ever been asked to do into Major League Soccer. They'll never do it again because it was too fast. People are like, St. Louis is doing great. I'm like, well, St. Louis had 4 years to watch.
Right.
We had 270 days.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, we did learn. Sometimes adversity can break you or it can make you. And we learned. And we knew we had to reboot our soccer leadership with Chris Albright and Pat Noonan, a great coaching staff. We brought in a few more key players, and they've dominated the league. I think this year we've played 50 games and we've lost 5 times.
Wow.
And one of the losses was last night, where
Right.
honestly, really the focus was
This
on
was the win.
the trophy.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
and it's so much fun to watch. It's
It
so
really
much fun to
is.
go. It's been a blast for us to cover it, and we can't wait for you to come back with the MLS
Yes.
Cup.
Yes, we're not done covering it either. We got lots to do. We got lots to do.
Thank you all
AFC,
so
thank
much.
you all.
Appreciate
Yes.
it, guys. It's 9.
Hey there, thanks so much for visiting the Local 12 YouTube channel. Click the links, hit subscribe to get notified anytime we post content to this channel.